there, I'm Laura Rachel and today I'm going to be teaching you all about posing with a bump. So this is all about maternity posing. Now I have about a month, maybe 2 months, who knows, left of my pregnancy, so if you have any specific questions please just leave them in the comments and I will see what I can do. I'm all about making loads of videos right now. There are a lot of women who are missing out on their professional shoots. So comment, tell me what you want to see and I will get creating videos for you. So I'm going to go through the basics of posing. Now this isn't just for a professional photo shoot. If you are lucky enough to be able to get out there and get a professional shoot, then this is fantastic. But this is also amazing to do with just your phone. So if anyone is able to take your picture for you or pop it on a timer, get showing off your bump. Soon your baby will be here and you won't be able to take any of these pictures again, so make the most of it, capture these memories. And it's important when you're taking these pictures to look as flattering as possible, because right now it doesn't feel so great to be pregnant, but when you look at these images you can be so proud and so happy. That is me, that is my bump, and I just want you to love these images. So before I get on to posing, I just want to mention angles. So this is more to do with either the person taking the photo or where you leave the camera. Now if we just remember that anything closest to the camera appears bigger, anything further away appears smaller. If someone who's taking your picture is shorter than you, they're going to be down low and naturally tilting their camera upwards. If you think about that camera tilting upwards, then your bottom half is nearest to the camera, your top half is furthest away. If they're tilting the camera upwards, this is the least flattering pose for you. Your bottom half will appear bigger and your head will be all the way at the back looking tiny. Now if they're taller than you, they'll be leaning forwards naturally. This is really flattering because your head will be bigger and in proportion, your bump will be nice and tidy and your thigh and bum will be nice and tucked away. But you should always be mindful of your surroundings. So for example, if there's some straight trees or a column or curtains or anything that's providing you with a line, we want to make sure that by tilting forwards, these aren't warped. So if you're getting a nice close-up, then leaning forwards is a fantastic position. But if you're taking a photo of a landscape, this may not work. And in this case, you want to keep the camera straight on. Now, there are ways around these angles. If the person who's taking your photo is a lot shorter, tilting up, and there's nothing you can do about it, or if they're taking an epic photo where it's so important for them to lie down on the ground and look up at you, then all you need to do when you're posing is just lean in towards the camera, and there you go. Everything's back in proportion. Leaning in towards the camera gives the same impression as if they're looking down at you. So even if the camera is straight on, you can always do a little bit of a lean just to put things in proportion and it's a lot more flattering. So let's get on to the actual posing. I'm going to work top down. I'm going to make this really nice and easy for you. Anyone can pose like a pro. So first of all, our head. First of all, we've got to remember our face. It's so important to get that expression right. If you're going for a moody photo, there's not a lot of light. Don't be smiling and happy. Show a moodier face. Give that model look. If it's bright sunshine, look happy. Look like you're enjoying it. Look like you're having fun. The biggest thing is just try to create some expression. Whenever my husband takes a picture without me noticing, I do look miserable. It's just my natural face. Whenever I'm posing for him, I'm always concerned about where the camera is or the angle, or is he chopping my feet off? That my face is always kind of making, as I'm always looking a bit concerned. So it's important to relax your face, relax your eyebrows, relax your face muscles, and then smile or do whatever expression you want. It doesn't matter which expression you do, just make sure it's deliberate. Moving on to our chin. So some of you are lucky to not have a double chin, some of us aren't. So if I just relax my head, this is unflattering. If I'm standing to the side and I just want to get a bump photo, it's not good. So what we want to do is stand up tall, push our chin forwards, but always keep it parallel to the ground. Don't lift it up, we're not pushing it forwards up, we're pushing it forwards in front. When we're doing photos where we're looking down at the bump, don't be looking down. We don't want any extra chins. Look down at the floor in front. It will still look like you're looking at the bump, except it will be nice and flattering. So really with our chin, it's all about posture. So make sure your shoulders are back and down. You're standing nice and tall. chin forwards. There's a huge difference between upright posture and slouching. Huge difference in body language, and it will transform your image from frumpy to flattering. So then we come to the arms. Now if I stand straight onto the camera, my bump is not obvious, so I have to use my arms to frame that bump. And of course when I stand to the side, this is when you can really see the bump, and I can also use it to frame my bump there. But it's so important that we don't create unflattering arms. So if I stand side on, shoulders back, standing up tall, chin forwards, and I cradle my bump. Now my arm is squished up against my body and it's twice the size as it should be. It's also covering up my waist. So what I want to do is the arm that's closest to the camera come down to the bottom of the bump, and the arm that's furthest away on top. Now notice when it goes on top, it's not right in the middle. I push it over just a little bit more. When I stand side on, you still can't see my waist. So I either need to push my shoulder away slightly, just enough to be able to see my waist, or twist my body towards the camera, just enough to see the waist there. So as long as the arm isn't covering this line, it's going to be flattering. So as I bring my arm round, it comes away a little bit, and I'm keeping my elbow in. I'm not sticking my elbow out, it's staying tucked back. So I'm standing to the side, I turn my hips slightly and my shoulders even more. I'm even leaning towards the camera a bit. So we have side and twist. You can have both hands underneath, in the middle, it's up to you. Just remember how having that hand in front makes your arm appear bigger and can hide your waist. Now as we get onto the legs, this is super simple. Always bend the knee that's nearest the camera. And here's why. If I bend the knee that's furthest away from the camera, this pushes our body weight onto the hip that's nearest the camera, making it appear bigger. Now, if you want to appear to have a big bum, that's great, but I'm going to show you how to do that properly in a minute. All your eyes just get drawn straight into my thigh rather than my bump. And if I stand there with my arms in the wrong position, you can see it's really not a flattering image at all. So by flipping it around, having the other knee bent, suddenly we have this beautiful shape. Also, we have the freedom to either push our bum away from the camera. So if you look at the difference by standing straight on and pushing the bum away, I'm curvy, I've got lots to spare, so I like to push my bum away. I still have quite a bum. You can see my waist. I have this nice curve on my leg. Now it's up to you where you want to place your bum. So you can push it up behind to give yourself even more of a curve. That then makes your arm position a lot easier. Just keep those elbows tucked in. Or if you really want, you can push it forwards. It all depends on what shape you want to create. Just remember to bend the knee that's nearest the camera. Always have your arm in a position where you're not covering your waist. If you can, tilt towards the camera slightly. So for me, because I'm curvy, my favourite pose is that knee bent and bum pushed away, arms cradling the bump, this one comes out, I lean towards the camera. That's my favourite pose for my body shape. You do whatever's best for you, just remember those tiny little techniques that create that shape. Now if you're posing with your partner, this is really super simple. Whether you're facing each other or they're coming to one side, still do this posing. It's so important for you to keep this pose and they can join you. All they need to do when you're standing in this pose, they just need to take a tiny step in front, and the masculine pose would be to stick your arms out and appear bigger. The feminine pose being just that knee bent and bum pushed back. Just those tiny little movements of body language will make all the difference. And it's completely up to you how you want them to pose. Facing each other, you've got the same thing. You can either both hold the bump, keep that knee bent, and they copy. For example, if we have two mums, this makes a beautiful image. Or they just stand with their legs apart, looking big, holding the bump. And it's that easy. Tiny little details throughout your body make the image go from frumpy to flattering. I just want you to have gorgeous images and show them off everywhere. So please get out there, get taking photos. get out there or stay inside, whatever your rules are at the moment. Just take photos, don't miss out. Even if we're stuck in lockdown, do not miss out. If you have a partner, get them taking your photo. Even if you have children that are old enough to work a camera, get them taking photo. Remember, if they're shorter than you just got to lean forwards a little bit. It's fine, just have fun with it and treasure these photos. If you've liked this video, please like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to see next. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope it's been helpful to you. Thank you for watching.